I'm going to show the model that helps us think more about how moral hazard is working. So if this is somebody's demand curve for care, where we're having price and quantity, normal demand curves are showing what that person, that individual, is willing to pay. So let's say here's the price of the product, whatever it's going to be, and that's how we would normally think about things. But let's say now it's some healthcare service. So if that's the price that I would pay, this would be how my normal quantity demanded. But now let's say I have insurance, and just to make this easier to think about, let's say this is just $10 and I'll go get 2 visits. If the insurance company tells me that I'm going to have 20% coinsurance, then that means I'm going to pay $2 of that $10. So let's think about just $2 down here. Then at a $2 price, let's say I would go 10 times. So let's think about all the different things happening. First of all, this area was my consumer surplus. Back when I didn't have any insurance, I paid $10 and I went twice. Now I have insurance and we're thinking about what the insurance company is going to pay. Then what we're thinking about is they're paying $8 times all 10 visits. They're paying $80. And in my diagram, that's B, C, and D. That's what the insurer is paying. I pay $2 for each of my visits. So that's areas E and F. Now, the amount that I value those visits is always going to be what is above and beyond what I pay but below my demand curve. So to me, those visits have a worth of surplus of A plus B plus C. Value beyond what I pay for the services. So that's my consumer surplus coming from the fact that my insurance company is paying for those visits. The insurance company has paid B and C. So basically what's happened there is the insurance company has picked up the tab for something that I do value, B and C. The problem is area D is paid by the insurance company and it's in excess of how much I value the care. So area D is partly the way we think about that the moral hazard is that I've consumed more than I genuinely think it's worth to me to have that care. However, notice I'm still getting area A. So if area A were very, very large and area D were small, then it would still outweigh, my surplus would still outweigh how much is being lost in area D. So area D is the deadweight loss. It's an amount paid by the insurance company but not valued by the consumer. So the overall point of the coinsurance is that we think about it still limited my consumption beyond if I had to pay 0 and I consumed, say, 12 visits. having coinsurance gets me to consume some less so that I'm not really pushing the boundary of consuming care that I don't value. So this tool of coinsurance is essentially a tool the insurance company is using to get me to limit my care closer to the amount that I value it, but clearly not completely to that point, or that's the same as having no insurance.